A tip for I daily update TV so Hana Babenya training news across yes afternoon. Yes, I send the can buy any no book so na was subscribers never news be no she be a Ubenya notification from so abɛhyɛ so mara mfi so abɛhyɛ ama ɔdan for so ana wo nua na wo lovers bi so ɛnyɛ bi ahwete for me and go straight to our major issue of nana Jim O.Agyemang him say is wa be running mate for a year John Dramani Mahama na see Kelvin tell us defend the maame no him or can say who in NPP how between no compare with of nana O.Agyemang why pa na between no compare no MPP no binji bema obi o bema kwanyi emnye bold ombra bonte na omeka sampa obetimi na compare na ni CV kra mpo no over 50 pages ano kra mpo no say enye ni ana waka o enye ni ana waka why pa na MPP amanye oku na obetimi na compare running mate for a year John Dramani Mahama hwan ya wase hwan ya ibufu fa o kasa na nyasem we no ene just ogu a year na dango go father in mass say how we think na just more tin say like dango father free sa east on sa go for no kwa say we disgrace to honor like ogu many mass ye pa say dango father in him say nka ono go bit na boy in terms of air political side one machine kwan akra no kano de eye nim guasie ebre we no fire ba o me no kan say ba o me no not for no sim for no kan say ye news muni aba be running meet and for a vice president they say and they say that sim for no crime say where disgrace to AS are not for no when you that came tell about one time church in simwa and yasam ko da kam nkuti no ye ba ne dem komo twetwe na ba ne we
stepped in. Mahamudu Bawumia came. Eye nap sada. Eye tricycles over 400. Watonwe did mas ante 4. So is Bawumia not an embarrassment to Northerners? Because at a point, all Northerners, irrespective of their political affiliation or religious affiliation, said we have gotten a Muslim who is the vice president. So let's go and vote for him. 90% of Northerners, enye sremfo nyina na ye nkremofo. Yo sremfo do omo ye Christofo, but at that point they put their religious difference aside and said yenya siremuni. That is why in 2016 2020 they were like yenya siremuni. So is he not an embarrassment to Northerners? Unless you are stupid, unless you just want to do some petty, silly, foolish politics that pleases your ego. How should John Mahama speak? John Mahama on say in any serious country, John Mahama is and Nana O.Agyemang, they are not supposed to campaign. Je ekufo ka kire mo hwema sitirem na mo ntoaba wasitirem te sen sika na da ho 2017 sika na saying wenya bi aka ho wadwuma na oye adwuma na ye sen that is how you vote hwe wabra bom na toaba ende ye hwe abra bom atoaba ho na beto ama MPP e kire obi a oye tribal bigot a ompeso behu nokure ompempunti wona abra bom ene beka se John Mahama nkasa ye John Mahama de Nana O.Agyemang ba Professor Nana O.Agyemang we Jimmy Kurano otumisi e e-blocks or Ghana education minister be to my side in Ghana me say Nana O.Agyemang why nya de crowd in her political life and his education life otumi lead a government to build e-blocks in Ghana and no education minister in the history of Ghana to my side. So what are you telling me? Nana O.Agyemang led a government in 4 years to build basic schools abain bi awaba. What? Who has the standard of this woman? Who? When are able to Nana O.Agyemang in our governance? Who? Who in the NPP can step out and say, I have better track record than this woman? Who can conduct himself and say, we are conducting him to the level or a disciplined and respected than Professor Nana O.Agyemang? Who in the NPP is more credited than Professor Nana O.Agyemang? Wana who? And your politics na time. And ye Jimmy na ye Jimmy. And ye nipebi na ye mpuntua. Who in Ghana today can step out from the NPP and say, I am better than Nana O.Agyemang? Who? Me penipa baku who? Me see who? Why na ye bema or NPP ma obetumi the CV after to Nana O.Agyemang when it comes to the contribution to Ghana's education? Na obitu wakajem say, na Nana O.Agyemang de Mahama kofa no epenyi na konkofa akwara. Mesinka John Mahama can cover 28-year-old boy. Anka John Mahama can cover 30-year-old person. John Mahama cover obia nenye fia wadwene odwene onim nyansa. It's not about age, it's about what you can contribute. Majority of you people, how many of you have been able to manage a daycare? This woman has managed a whole university. Do you know what it takes to be a woman to manage a university? You know the ego of these foolish black men in Africa and especially in Ghana? Do you know the ego of these professors who know nothing and feel say they know better than a woman? Why should a woman be a chancellor? Do you know how it is to oversee a university and excel? Jimmy. Do you know what a woman carries in her head? She doesn't have to run a 100-kilometer race for you to know that she's intelligent. It is what is here. She doesn't have to jump up. She doesn't have to put on makeup. She doesn't have to come and show you, say, I have ass. At this point, she needs nothing. She needs to contribute. And even though they were old, they showed Ghanaians that so they contributed through from here. Anytime you ask a question and they say, who in the NPP inquire to Mpenifo? I need one person who can put their CV next to Nana Opoku-Agyemang and say, Enisa John Mahama for Nana Opoku-Agyemang. I'll take my time one day this week. We will do Nana Opoku-Agyemang for you to know. So Nana Opoku-Agyemang ko America and ko to Congress and ko to the cabinet and ko all take decisions about our education. You have no idea. This is another story we need to look at. Concerned teachers demand payment of 6 months arrears. Mr. S, you dear. Go to parliament, when I was in school, I was talking to a friend, and the friend was talking about, you know, Mahama, he needs to try and convince the class that is in the middle who are, and I was like, don't tell me this. If you're a businessman in Ghana today, if you say you belong to the elite club or elite class in Ghana today, and you are asking, say, John Mahama, he should come and explain things to you before you vote for him, you are crazy, you are foolish. If you're a businessman, ote abusio kain, ote swame, ote eye kaukudi, why a business from 1992 abedu 2016. Busa say from 2017, sika na dawa sebi utu kwanya edawichi a wudi ye wadwuma and sika se na dawo. Busa hosa. That is how you work. You don't care about whose English is nice and who looks good or who is from where. You ask yourself, after voting this 8 years, because 90% of businessmen in Ghana sika na mo 2016 sa sika na ho ase. So what will make you ask me, say Mahama should try everything and he should speak well and he should try and make sure, say, he's speaking to some group. What group? You fall in a group that your capital is gone. You are in that group. When Mahama was president, your capital was sitting out capital. So what group should Mahama talk to? Oh, Mahama's 24-hour economy, no, it is not visible. So which economy is visible for you? Because these people brought you an economy that has shrunk or diminished. Your capital, you did not vote for your capital to diminish. You did not vote for a president to be paid for 8 years, a vice president to be paid for 8 years, members of parliament to be paid for 8 years. For you, the voter, the kingmaker, for your capital to go down or diminish. You need to change that government because that wasn't the reason why you voted. At that point, I don't need you to tell me, say, John Mahama should tell businessmen. Which businessman in Ghana is making profit? You compare the past to the present. Then you wait and see, in the past, was I doing well? In the present, am I doing better than the past? That is how rich, rational human beings. Sa nipa unim nyansa and sa na wodwene. Enti sebio Sʕcrête-KT me despite. And they were better ho. Na Sʕcrête-KT me despite the catch them say Kelvin, John Mahama, maning check them 24-hour economy no. Abra unim say sika na da ho 2017 na do dwuma na and them no ka say swati. So tanga na wo ye. Na sebio wo Sʕcrête-KT me despite unim nyansa also your business. Se kwaku team be gina menim e be ka kire me say and the John Mahama no e was say oba no be kire 24 hour nim because ye hu ni ya say hu ni ya from 2017 be sin the sika da ho ne na da ho time na John Mahama or na sika say na da ho. That is what you ask. These are the things you do. So it is not about John Mahama should speak to. John Mahama should watch his language. John Mahama does not have to watch his language. John Mahama has to tell you the truth. That this government is bad news. I am better than them. It's a fact. That's all. Me see, it is not about John Mahama running mate. Sebi oye penyini na oye penyini. John Mahama running mate yoba. John Mahama every 4 years. Nobody is entitled 8 years in Ghana politics. Nobody. So where from this John Mahama bedi 4 years? John Mahama bedi 4 years. And akwasiato ODC Regional Hospital no. Ekufuado bedi 8 years. Ontume fancy kuraba. So what analysis are you making here? What analysis are you trying to make here? It means to say you are deliberately trying to sit in your foolishness. And wejuma begu. And I'm speaking to artisans, businessmen. This is not a time to negotiate with anybody and say, give me another 4 years. You gave the person 80 years. 2020, they killed people to remain in power. They still could not deliver. So what should Mahama say? What language? Mekoti Obika say, the way he speaks, he's saying, say, Bawumia is a disgrace to Northerners. It's going to cost the NDC in the North. Where Jimmy? Is Bawumia not a disgrace to Northerners? Is Ekufuado not a disgrace to Agyemang? Is he not? We are sitting here, we are asking. Because the way na Agyemang expects Ekufuado to be the president, he has not been able to live to the expectations. Some of the majority are shocked, they are surprised, they are embarrassed. Because Nana Danko Ekufuado has lowered the standard when it comes to governance. He is an embarrassment, he's a disgrace. It's not any for our northern brothers and sisters. The reason why in 2016-17 they all came out to vote for the MPP, they thought Bawumia could build a regional hospital for them. They thought Bawumia was going to lift their lifestyle, lift their life, their economic life, to be compared to those down here, so that they could boast and say, our northern brother who was the vice president, basically.
Afenyo TV nothing so my Kelvin till I can't just say. What didn't say Snibo Casa, why partner when be your man who could not beat him as he says Snibo, I can't just say, I will beat me while comparing Prof. Nana and O.Agyemang. Running mate for a on my name, why partner beat me now compare man who why beat me in one compare or no. Then you have plan on no opinion, you know, and what can be about a year running a year notness for no a year my go for the baby free Eastern region or for no crampono act or ye embarrassed. You are embarrassed. For a year notness for na Bawumia free or na Sabe first as angle from Moka. You see, no, and you come on any answer. You have a poison. Him send you a question. You see, come out for quite to a year MPP man who couldn't say new poison party. And national poison party will be a candidate. Then I've one you know who say a MPP man who couldn't more more go when he must could be a hometown, be a good on hometown when he must offer a for now or go when he must. We need a bit there until I can say more sheep. I'm so to answer no. Say we course now like a charge for a drink and ball commentation or yen bit magic pass the baking can finish a marine visualization more than for so any objective for 100 daily BREeden TV. Akroma.